New information at noon. We're learning a.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, people. I'm here. Couple minutes late, but I am here. Welcome back. Nothing has changed. We're still here. We're still broadcasting. Hope you all are doing well. Hope your week is going well. It is Tuesday, and I am going to cover a number of cases that surfaced here recently. You've seen the title of the live stream, and I just want to put a twist on how I report these attacks. Rather than random dog nuttery, just dog attacks and fatalities. Okay, and this is the first one. And these things are it happens so often that I have to do these. Like, I can't keep up with each individual case, though I'd like to, because it happens so often. Now, this one here is close to home. Many of you know I stay in the suburbs of Toledo, Ohio. I will not tell you which suburb, but this is close to home. And Ohio is very bad when it comes to dog attacks, especially bully breeds. Okay, so it's only fitting that somebody like myself comes out of this wretched state. So here in Toledo, or Toledo, Ohio, this woman was killed. This is a fatality. Killed by her own dog.
New information at noon. We're learning a woman has died from her injuries after being attacked by a dog. Toledo police tell us it happened around 6 o'clock yesterday.
That was the dog. What kind of dog is that? It's sort of in shadow. Kind of creepy, huh? What does that look like? Is that a bully breed? Oh, yeah, let's slow that down, huh? Can we slow it down? Yep. Let's see what we're looking at here. Is it a poodle? Oh, you decide for yourself, people. Killed her. Dead. Fatality. This is a grown woman. How long do you think it took for this woman to die? During that time, don't you think she was screaming? Don't you think she was calling the dog by its name? Do you think that dog cared? Does it look like the dog cared? Where was this big heart, this big loving heart that you say these things have? You know, I don't get this. This is not supposed to happen. The wonderful, miraculous, loving, good-natured dog. And don't forget, there are no bad dogs. They say that there are no bad dogs. Okay, so how is this possible? According to a detective at the scene, the woman was in critical condition shortly after she was attacked by what appeared to be her own dog. Yeah, critical condition. She was in critical condition for a while, and then she died. Will you be next? Pit bull owner? Pit nutter? You? Sitting inside your house or your apartment right now with your worthless, hideous mutant? Who knows? Maybe. You might be next. You might show up on my live stream as just another story. All because you want to act big and bad and pretend like you know exactly what goes on in your dog's brain. So foolish and unnecessary. So foolish. You don't win any brownie points for that. People kill me how they think it's somehow macho, or they view that as a lot of different things. And each way that they look at it, it's positive. They'll view it as macho, as humane. Oh, it's such a sweet gesture for you to trust a pit bull, a Rottweiler, a dog, a big dog. Oh, isn't that sweet how you trust that it won't rip your face off? And they get into this habit of participating. It's like a group thing. And everybody is expected to be welcoming and to pretend like the dog is not a threat until somebody gets attacked. Remind you of that lady who got bit in her face when she stuck her face in that dog's face. One of my favorite dog attacks still here online. No thanks. I'm not going to participate in stupid behavior like that. You gotta question the intelligence of people who would take such an unnecessary risk. Man loses part of his nose in Fort Worth. Pit bull attack. Now, I didn't write this. This surfaced 5 hours ago. I didn't write this article. They said pit bull. What's going on with these pit bulls? He lost part of his nose, so he lived. He lived. But now he's missing a part of his nose.
Tonight, a Fort Worth man is recovering with major wounds to his face and his hands after a dog attack.
The vicious attack happened in far northwest Fort Worth, near Bailey Boswell and Old Decatur roads. Alicia Barrera spoke to the man's wife and neighbors, who are all demanding answers tonight.
Hello! Hi, dog! Aw, he's so cute.
They're actually friendly. They were.
Wow. Now, let's finish watching this. This is bad already. You hear the kid in there said, "Hi, dog, so cute." Called that dog cute.
Hi, dog! Aw, he's so cute.
Oh, man, we are up against it, people. When kids that young calling pit bulls cute. My goodness. Stop lying to these kids. If you, the adults, are not around calling these things cute and all this nonsense, I doubt they'd ever find these things cute. Ever. Wow.
Who are all demanding answers tonight.
Hello! Hi, dog! Aw, he's so cute.
They're actually friendly. They were friendly to my husband. They were jumping on him.
In a matter of minutes, this pair of seemingly friendly pit bulls snapped.
What?
3 or 5 minutes.
What? Why are you playing with random roaming pit bulls? What? Could you be more stupid and brainless? Is it even possible? You see 2 random stray pit bulls come onto your property and you start playing with them, walk up to them, letting them jump on you? This is what I'm talking about, people. This brain deadness, this stupidity that permeates through the population. Now, it's all over the planet. I don't know, where is this? It's Fort Worth. Okay, so these are immigrants. Immigrants, you come to the United States and you want to treat 2 stray pit bulls like hummingbirds outside your house? It's not that type of party. Y'all better get your face out these movies and cartoons. See, social media, TV, it's screwing people's head up. A lot of you need to spend your first 12 years on this earth with no social media. Because I think it's making a lot of people dumb. What on earth possessed you to do this? And your whole family? You got your whole family rubbing on and playing with stray pit bulls that just wandered up to your house. And now you demanding answers? Well, let's finish this.
Aw, he's so cute.
They're actually friendly. They were friendly to my husband. They were jumping on him.
In a matter of minutes, this pair of seemingly friendly pit bulls snapped.
3 or 5 minutes, he gave me a call back to tell me that those dogs were attacking him.
Leslie Cazaza's husband, Marcus, ran down the street and jumped on top of this white truck for safety. However, not before the dogs bit his face.
We realized that there was part of his nose under our car.
Part of his nose under the car. Let's go full screen here. Now I want y'all to notice something. Look at the neighborhood this is in. Look at the community. Look at the houses. This is not necessarily the cheap part of town. So something like this is probably more likely, I guess. Is it that the better the neighborhood, the more brainless the people? Is it more likely for you to treat stray pit bulls like hummingbirds, like poodles? Y'all start playing with stray pit bulls, huh?
Those dogs were attacking him.
Leslie Cazaza's husband, Marcus, ran down the street and jumped on top of this white truck for safety. However, not before the dogs bit his face.
We realized that there was part of his nose under our car.
Watch as this pit bull lunges at a Fort Worth firefighter. In an email, Fort Worth police confirmed, quote, one officer observed the aggressive dog and struck it with his patrol car, end quote.
Shout out to that police officer. Police officer said the only weapon I had on hand was my car and used it. Huh? Didn't pull out a taser. Didn't even pull out a gun. So I'm going to hit this dog with what I have most readily available. Smack that worthless mutt with his car. Wow. I'm just reporting the news, man.
In an email, Fort Worth police confirmed, quote, one officer observed the aggressive dog and struck it with his patrol car, end quote.
I just saw afterwards them taking the dog away in a big red bag and then them spraying the ground with water.
Fort Worth Animal Control did not respond to repeated requests for...
You see, these dogs were being friendly with these people at first and then just decided to start attacking them. That's dumbness and stupidity, savageness that you only get from dogs. Only dogs sink to such a low savage level. Only dogs are that dumb, are that aggressive. Why were they aggressive with these people? They had shown the dog that they didn't want to hurt it. They shown the dog that they were friendly. What reason did these things have to attack them? None whatsoever. And that's how it always is. And that's how we need to treat them. We need to treat these things based on how they behave. And it's constant. There are no breaks in these attacks.
Information, including what happened to the second dog that is shown wearing a collar.
See? Now, I already know when something like this happens with my home, there are going to be pit bull carcasses all over the place. I'm not going to tolerate this. And there are too many people in the world like this. Dogs stupid enough to get past my fence, they're going to run into something they won't be able to get past. They're not going to leave my property the same way they walked onto it. And more people are going to have zero tolerance like this. Because they're going to see this for what it is. This is a deadly threat. Very deadly. You got 2 of these things?
We'd like to know who they belong to and hopefully, they can face charges or whatever.
Meanwhile, Marcus remains in the hospital as he'll have to undergo multiple surgeries.
This joker lost a part of his nose and it's going to be mutilated for the rest of his life. Just like that. He's mutilated for life. And I guess dogs are worth it. This is what I'm talking about. These people making the presence, the existence of dogs priority over our health and well-being, our life period. I'm not accepting that.
We still have the mortgage bill to pay. We still have kids to feed. So that's why I need to know, where is the dog's owner?
It's so bad.
Alicia Barrera, NBC5.
Boy, oh boy. You came over from Africa? It sounds like they don't sound Caribbean. Sound like they came over from Africa. Now, I know there's a bunch of dogs over in Africa. I don't know how the dogs are where you came from, but you don't start playing with stray pit bulls here. You don't do that. You don't do that nowhere on earth. Scary that they don't know that already. It's like, how do you get this far in life being that dense? That dumb, man. That's just dumb. Lord. You got kids there? Wow, what a way to set an example. Boy, this dog culture, these people, everything surrounding the dog culture is stupidity. I'm going to share a link to that story. How y'all doing today? Well, I'm feeling good. We had a minor setback. They punished my channel with a strike. They don't want me to get too deep. So it's back to business as usual. A lot of crazy stories, a lot of interesting articles that have surfaced. What is this? Bethlehem woman facing charges in dangerous dog attack. This surfaced just a few minutes ago. Okay, she's facing criminal charges. Dog attacked another dog and left two people injured. Attacked or inflicted severe injury on a person without provocation. No provocation. Now, these things are never provoked. That's why I pointed that out in the story we just looked at. Those dogs were not provoked. Not in the least bit. They said the dogs were friendly. Every single dog attack is unprovoked. When are we going to see these provoked dog attacks that they say is always there? You got to hold it. I'm holding these people accountable. And when I'm talking about these behaviorists, these veterinarians, and these dog trainers who've been putting this nonsense out here, y'all going to have to put your rhetoric in line with reality, with actual cases. Right? Okay, so yeah, list of requirements. Once a dog has been deemed dangerous, there's a list of requirements owners must follow. Oh boy, we got to look at this. We got to look at this. Now, we've looked at this before. Okay, it doesn't even exist. We'll look at it some other time. But it's important to know how worthless these requirements are. It's just goofy stuff. A muzzle, a short leash, other stupid stuff that does not work. Many of these dogs are repeat attackers. To show you how effective their goofy laws are. 3 dogs got out of the owner's house and were running loose when they attacked another dog and a man and a woman. As always, as soon as they get free, They look for somebody to attack. And boy, you know, eventually, people are going to have to stop projecting dogs as these sanctified savior angels sent by God. They're going to have to cut back on that. Back on these stupid movies. You got to cut back on these stupid cartoons. Stop with the brainwashing, false brainwashing propaganda. People not buying that no more. Now there's attacks going on all over the world. Look at this. I think this was in India. Over there in India, they have to get their country in order. It's just too chaotic over there.
Once happy family, now in shock and grief. 5-year-old Pradeep and his sister had on Sunday gone for the first time to their daddy's place of work.
Now, what is this boy doing by himself? This kid, yeah, you see he's only 5 years old. What is a 5-year-old doing out in this parking lot? There should never be a 5-year-old alone like this. No adult around at all. How is this even possible? And you got stray dogs in the country? What are you doing over there? You should never see stuff like this.
Hyderabad's Amberpet, a pack of dogs attacked, mauled and killed him.
Okay, what in the world? How on earth did this take place in broad daylight? And these dogs had all that time. How did this happen? How is this even possible? So it almost looks like the citizens themselves are numb to the threat. It's to the point now, which I don't understand how. They're always dealing with dog attacks. But obviously, you see, they're still lenient over there. You got a 5-year-old just walking around.
Killed him. Pradeep's father Gangadhar works as a security guard at a car showroom workshop.
My son's first visit to my workplace. What you telling me that a 5-year-old walk into your workplace by himself? Man, you need to be slapped. You need to be slapped. Everybody involved with that happening. Let a 5-year-old walk around where there's stray dogs everywhere. Wow. Help me out, man. What is this? Now, this man got up here and said some things. I want y'all to listen to this.
It's something that, of course, I really felt very pained about. The street dog menace is something.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can turn the captions. He's got a pretty thick accent. I want people to catch this.
Street dog menace is something that we've been trying to, tackle in our municipalities across.
Okay. No. You've not tried to tackle the street dog menace. Something ain't right. There should be no dogs. There should be no stray dogs in these places. I don't care. India, these different countries in Asia, I don't care where you are. There should be no stray dogs there. They should all be gone. Because if they're there, then they're always a threat. And they're always going to do stuff like this. That's why they shouldn't be there. Y'all don't have to accept this. This is when the people get to decide whether or not these mutants stay there. Wow. Okay. So no. Now listen to what else he says here.
Across the state. In fact, we've created animal care centers, animal birth control.
Said they've created animal care centers, animal birth control centers. These things don't need to be cared for. Like, what are you talking about? Animal care, they don't need to be cared. As you can see, they're too well taken care of. They're healthy enough to carry out attacks. That means they're eating well. There's no shortage of food. What you mean care center? You want to take these things and take care of them? Wow. What a crazy world. All of you people in the future, when you do your research on this era, this moment in time, and you thinking to yourself, what a crazy world that was, just understand there were a lot of people who lived during that era talking about just how crazy it is. This is embarrassing.
Well, birth control centers. But when these incidents happen, it generally creates an uproar and a furor. My sincere condolences to the family, and we'll ensure that our best is done.
We'll ensure that our best is done.
So that, these incidents are not
so that, these incidents
The police
do not reoccur. The caption didn't catch what he said. He said, so these incidents won't reoccur.
Ensure that our best is done, so that these incidents are not recurred.
No, you don't. There's only one way to deal with this so that it doesn't happen again. And you know what way that is. And I don't know what y'all playing dumb for, beating around the bush. You all know what needs to be done, and it needs to be done. It seems like the world is very merciful in regard to dogs. They hold dogs on a high level, even in countries like this, countries that are flooded by stray dogs, and those dogs attack people on a constant basis. You got to change the way you look at these things. These are not God's creatures, and you don't have to respect them. God did not create these things. Nature did not create these things. This respect that people have for dogs, they need to drop it. That respect that you have for dogs is only meant for all other animals. I respect all animals, all natural animals of this earth. I don't respect dogs. Not one bit. And you should join me in not respecting dogs. Or you can just keep doing what you're doing and get your face ripped off. Or maybe one of your kids, family, loved one. And you knock yourself out. A baby was killed. This surfaced a few hours ago. Nobody's surprised. A 5-week-old baby girl died. Skull crushed by a dog.
Police are investigating the death of a 5-week-old baby girl in Moruya on the state's south coast following...
Okay, so a 5-week-old infant was tortured. Okay.
A suspected dog attack. Police were called to Moruya Hospital on Saturday night after the baby was brought in by her parents suffering head injuries. The baby died a short time later. 2 Rottweiler-type dogs have since been seized by council rangers.
2 Rottweilers attacked a 5-week-old baby. Now, all you trainers and behaviorists, according to you, dogs only attack out of fear. You claim that every time they attack, it's out of fear. And you want us to believe that? That 2 Rottweilers were afraid of a 5-week-old baby girl? No. Nobody's really that stupid. As often as you all put this information out there, nobody's really that stupid. We know better. Now, 5 weeks old. You tell me, were these dogs provoked by this 5-week-old baby? Remember, you, the so-called professionals, you tell us that they're always provoked by something. Tell me exactly, what could a 5-week-old baby girl do to provoke these dogs? See how disrespectful it is to put that type of information out here? And you all have put that information out here, which is false information. And that's all I'm doing on this channel, putting out the truth, true information, in an area that I see there's a bunch of lies. Things don't attack in response to threats, fear. Get out of here. These are the most evil, vile type of bloodthirsty creatures, where they're motivated to attack when they understand that the potential victim is helpless, does not pose a threat, and is easy to kill and manipulate. Now, I wonder what was going on before this attack. Because if you look on social media, everywhere you look, you find babies alone next to Rottweilers, next to bully breeds, and other dogs, large and small. Keep in mind, when you're talking about 5-week-old infants, even small dogs can kill them. A poodle, these dachshunds, they can kill a 5-week-old baby. All over the internet, all over the movies, you see kids and babies along with dogs. Is that what was going on here? Trying to get a photo you can upload to Facebook and Instagram and show people how much of a daredevil you are? It is so stupid. And everybody who does that should be arrested. And they post it on the internet. Just the most hazardous type of endangerment you can imagine. In droves, they post those types of photos on the internet every single day. Remarkable stuff. I still can't wrap my head around that. Madness. Go ahead and share that. Shout out to everybody up in here. Oh boy, the nuttery. It's too much. What is this? 5-week-old. Same story. Where was this? Moria? South Wales. Now this is the UK, isn't it? South Wales in the UK, where they're supposed to have a ban, where they ban like 3 different bully breeds. Hyderabad, what is it? Response to 5-year-old death in dog attack. Yeah, 5-year-old was killed. Is right? Is that the same? Yeah, I think this is the same in India. Now, what is this? A 12-year-old? Man, it does not stop. This surfaced a few hours ago. 12-year-old and his grandmother rushed to the hospital after a dog attack. Attacked by what they described as a British Bull Terrier. There you go. And this is where they have these bans. Seriously injured. UK Park says she was traumatized. They were attacked while enjoying a night at a park. So it's unprovoked. It's unprovoked. They're all unprovoked. They had been seen playing bingo and were leaving when the dog set upon them. When the dog attacked them, they were leaving and the dog attacked them for leaving. I guess they were walking. Now, this is a grandmother, so she couldn't have been walking that fast. Maybe the dog felt she was walking too slow. Right? This idea, I'm telling y'all people, whenever you mention dog attacks, behaviorists and trainers, they are quickest to point towards fear as the reason why these things attack. I would say a good 7 times out of 10, they're going to point towards fear. It's usually fear. It's usually out of fear. And to say that it's fear is very manipulative. It's very tricky. Because then they can say that you were not able to see what caused fear in the dog. Oh, something caused fear, but only in the dog's mind, in the dog's world. So you wouldn't have noticed it. But in the dog's goofy, recessed, degenerate mind, it interprets, I don't know, a bright color as a threat and is in fear. You will not find any other profession that is as riddled with nonsensical babble that just can't be proven, that is refuted by each story that surfaces in the media. This is unbelievable. And they still go on. Now, I can't believe that people actually going to school and studying to be a behaviorist, be a trainer. It's not a real profession. My grandson picked me a stick that day. She got arthritis. All of a sudden, all right, here you go. All of a sudden, we looked up and this dog came towards us. And he went straight for the 12-year-old. Unprovoked. Just flat out unprovoked. I'm tired of these people, man. I don't want to hear nothing else from you dog trainers and behaviorists trying to tell us that these things usually attack out of fear. No, they don't. Now, I mentioned this briefly, I think, in the members area. And this is hilarious. How new dog training and registration rules could cut fatal attacks. Wow. What a way to tell on yourself. What a way to tell on yourself. So they want to ramp up the training in response to all these attacks. This surfaced just a few hours ago. Oh, we need more training. Stop it. They know full well that training is not the answer. No matter how well these dogs are trained. They know full well that not all people are trainers. These trainers, when they train a person's dog or give advice, they speak to these people as if these people, or they suggest, like the instructions that they give, they almost suggest that the dog owners function like a dog trainer themselves. Right? You got to watch it. Look out for this sign. Look out for these cues. Be mindful of these movements. Only do things like this. you don't have a time to pay attention to nothing else because you got to stare at the dog all day. You take your eyes off the dog, it might show warning signs before it attacks. And then what? Somebody's attacked because you took your eye off the dog. Oh, it showed warning signs. See, people are missing the warning signs here. That's the problem. People are missing the warning signs. Oh, I can't with these people. This article is just a flat out admission that these things are too dangerous to be called pets. Too dangerous to be in society, period. Get them out of here. Don't want to hear about your goofy training advice. Again, this only applies to dogs. You don't see cats jumping out of bushes, landing on your face. Can you imagine how it will feel? A cat flipping jump on your face and dig its claws, all four limbs, all four paws, have their claws out, ripping you across the face. A cat can severely damage you. And they can really do serious damage to a child, a cat. But we don't have to deal with cat attacks. Why not? They're not being trained. They refuse to be trained. They won't even let nobody train them because they're not that obsessed with food like dogs are. Yet they're not out here attacking people and require rigorous training to cut deaths. What are you talking about? To cut deaths. These cats out here are not socialized. And I'm focusing on cats because cats are predators, just like dogs. They're fighters. You have the same teeth, but yet they're not out here attacking everything that moves, everything that they lay eyes on. They ain't bothering nobody. You don't, when you see something, when you walk out late at night to your car, and there's a parking lot, and you see something, once you see it's a cat, you're relieved. Then you can relax. Oh, it's just a cat. You look over and see a bully breed. Even pit nutters know to be on high alert if they see a pit bull roaming freely. We know full well how dangerous these things are. Everything else is nonsense, playing stupid, these people playing dumb. That's all it is, and running a con. More training. It's pathetic. And this article sort of drives that point home. It surfaced yesterday, titled Pit Bull Attacks, We All Pay for Them. Boy, this is the nail in the coffin. They're talking about how insurance rates are going up. Okay. Dog bites and other injuries account for more than 1/3 of all homeowners' liability claim dollars paid out in 2021, costing $881 million. 1/3 of all homeowners' liability claims, dog attacks. And this is every year. Dog attacks are always one of the highest liability claims paid out. These dogs attack with an incredible consistency. It's truly remarkable. They attack every single day in the tens of thousands. Severity of the injuries vary. And every single year, you get essentially the same result. And really, they're getting worse and worse as time goes on. And these people insist on exalting these things even more, praising them even more. They try even harder to project them as harmless. Y'all noticed that? As attacks go up and everything, they try even harder. They work even harder to project them as harmless and project this idea that you need to have one in your house too. These are the only entities that needs a propaganda machine behind it for people to want them. Which lets you know that by nature they're not desirable. Oh yes. Oh yes. And this is the future. The future is going to be real. A world full of real people. Okay? You're not going to be able to run game on them like you're doing right now. Now, I want y'all to look at this, what they wrote here. Right here in their section titled, "Anyone can become a victim at any time." They said many pit bull victims never see the dog before it attacks. They have not provoked or harmed it, nor challenged it. They just admitted it. They just admitted it. And they said many victims never even see it before it attacks. That is a very healthy admission that these things attack unprovoked and that they're flat out bloodthirsty. It's not out of fear, nothing like that. Don't tell me that something like this is acceptable inside of homes where there are children, babies, families. Don't tell me that this is not endangerment. This is far worse than guns. Worse than knives. Worse than anything. And increasingly, it says, this breed is attacking its long-time owner / owners. Speaks to the dumbness of these things. It's shameful to own one of these things. Like, are you really proud of owning something this dumb? Y'all not trying to claim that pit bulls are intelligent. And don't try to claim that they're attractive. You have an unsightly, hideous killer that is extremely dumb. Dumber than I'm able to articulate. But yet, to be in possession of one of these is supposed to be some type of honor. You're supposed to look like a cool person or something. No, you just look dumb. These things are so dumb, you have to be dumb to be in love with them. I don't find nothing that is this dumb. And dogs act dumb. They look dumb, act dumb. When did dumbness become attractive? Wow. Did this why they need a propaganda machine behind them? Look what they wrote. They said, however, even if you don't own a pit bull, if you pay for any insurance, including homeowners, renter's liability, or health care, or insured by, talking about, okay. Look at this. Why pit bull attacks are more severe than others. Now, this was written by City Watch. I thought this was a bunch of dog lovers. But I don't, at least not this author. No, this is Phyllis Daughtery. No wonder it sounds like this. I forgot Phyllis Daughtery writes for City Watch. I totally forgot. Good. Phyllis' daughter is okay, if I'm not mistaken. Now, where was that? I want y'all to read what she wrote here. Why pit bull attacks are more severe than others. Pit bulls grab, shake, and tear the flesh of victims with the intention to critically injure, disable, or kill. This is not an assumption. The purpose of this breed was originally, and still is in many communities and in organized local and international rings, dog fighting. They were bred first to fight bulls and other large animals, much larger than themselves. That's why they bred the instinct for them to clamp, hold, and shake. Those who profess before lawmakers that training is the key to harmless pit bulls refute the American Kennel Club's claim that the reason to buy a purebred puppy is to ensure the traits demonstrated in behavior are transmitted through the bloodlines of the parents. Okay, we don't need to know all that. We don't need, because listen, shout out to Phyllis Daughtery for putting this out there, but I don't want to make this too complicated. Sometimes when you make things more complicated than it is, you sort of lose track of why you need to just get rid of them. You see, we don't need to waste much time. These things are obvious threats, and there's nobody that can deny that. This idea that training is the answer. Well, people have known that. We've known about training for decades. So if training was such the answer, how is it even possible that dog attacks are increasing when you have more trainers available now than ever? Not only more trainers, again, this is the cyber world. This is not like back in the day before the internet. Back then, you couldn't hop online and get a litany of information from dog trainers. You can now. There's nothing stopping you from getting knowledge on dog training. You can literally do everything online. You can pay these behaviorists and trainers online for their online classes. Training dogs is easier today than it has ever been. They're throwing training advice out for free, nonstop. So I don't want to hear this training excuse. Dog owners are surrounded by training tips and advice. I don't want to hear that. These things can't be changed. They'll always be bloodthirsty killers, and we need to start treating them as such. And as long as you want to play dumb and live in a house with a dog, especially a large bully breed like this woman did, you might be next on the Summer Jam screen. Right here. Oh, man. Shout out to everybody up in here able to join me. I see we got maybe some dog lovers who tried to join the chat. Man, oh man. What are we going to do with these people? No matter how many stories surface, they still say the same thing over and over. It's the training. It's not socialized. It was in fear. And each time, people just accept it. I have no idea how they ever got that idea of socialization. How did they ever push that onto the public is beyond me. It's like, it's hard to raise a dog that's not used to people. Like, how is that even possible? You know, raise it in a room, locked up in a room? That doesn't happen. All dogs are accustomed to seeing human beings. Don't give me that. And like I said, all these other animals see humans much less than dogs. And they're not attacking us in droves as a result. Man. Yeah, it's been horrific these past few days, the dog attacks. And this is constant. You'll have different waves. It'll go up, it'll go down, up, down. But it doesn't go anywhere. It never disappears. And really, when you go a few days where there are no new dog attacks, there's still attacks going on. Because all of a sudden you'll get hit with a bunch of articles, and those articles you'll see took place on those days when you thought not much was going on. Crazy stuff. Like, I've never kept up with something. There are very few things that are this consistent. This proving things that the professionals say wrong. Like, how are y'all avoiding scrutiny? When the rhetoric that you spew, they're charging people to tell them this stuff. And it's all lies. Man, oh man. Talk about a criminal occupation. Shout out to everybody. Serena, Nikki, Stables, everybody in the house. Kittens up in here. Man. Oh my goodness. Like, I've been anti-dog for so long, set in my ways for so long, that now I truly don't understand. Like, it's getting harder for me to even understand how people think, like their thought process of a dog lover. Just you living, you got this thing inside your house. It's like, wow. They never stop. Like, it never dawns on them. You think they'd have a moment of paranoia, probably mess around with some drugs and then get paranoid, start thinking, oh, what if the dog come in here and rip my throat out? Man, I'll be in trouble. You know, maybe that does happen, and maybe that's why so many people take pit bulls to shelters. Hey, that's telling. Pit bulls overrepresented in shelters, yet, you know, they're projected as harmless more than any other breed, really. Every time you see those stupid ads and whatnot, there's a bully breed on there. Oh, they try very hard to make people accept bully breeds, but nothing changes with those shelters. Reality speaks louder than anything. Traders raise much. Sad. Oh man, King Babe said, sad to have dog nutter relatives. Oh man, that's a problem of mine too. My whole pretty much my whole family, dog lovers. So I've already made up in my mind I'll never go over their home. And I just have to be upfront with them about it. Be like, look, I've developed a phobia, and it is a phobia. I don't want to be around them. But it's not phobia in a traditional sense. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Something wrong with you. You up inside your house in danger, and you want me to come in there and be in danger with you. No thanks. Okay? Get that thing out your house. Clean your house. Sanitize it. Then I'll come in. Yeah? I wouldn't want people inside of my house if they're in danger. Man, what are you gonna do? Somebody bring their kid over to your house. You got a dog, and these people, it never dawns on them. It doesn't bother them at all. They don't get nervous, don't get scared. They just keep the dog. Oh, it loves kids. Man, what a crazy. I can't with that lifestyle. The dog nutter lifestyle. Yeah, so my sisters, my brothers, my cousins, so many dog lovers in my family. And I'm pretty sure most people's family is the same way. You just got to be upfront with them. You know, especially if they've known you their whole life. You've known them your whole life. They'll understand. You know, talk about family members, you'll get some leniency. You should get some leniency from your family members. All else fails, look, just say you have an allergy. Real bad allergies. You can die from an asthma attack. That dander is known for triggering asthma attacks. You developed a phobia, cynophobia, break down cynophobia to them. You're allergic, right? And if you've been away from dogs for a long time, you probably really are allergic. You separate yourself from dogs, period, for a few years, you probably are allergic then. So you won't have to fake nothing. But yeah, I can't wrap my head around it. Oh man. BK Bourne said, my mother hates dogs. Oh, what a mom. What a mom you have. Actually, my mother don't like dogs either. My mother does not like dogs. Oh. But my sisters are dog owners. And one of my sisters own a bully breed. Believe it or not. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. And it's getting easier to be an anti-dog person. And that's good. Once our narrative is more common, it won't be a big deal. Say, hey, I'm not a dog person. You could be a germaphobe. Hey, I'm a germaphobe. Sinophobe. I don't do. Hey, I'm traumatized. Hey, nah, I don't want to. Yeah, I lost a child. A dog killed my child. So no thanks. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, I know. I understand. You don't want to hurt people's feelings, especially when they invite you into their home. You have to come up with an excuse like real quick on the spot. Like, So yeah, we gotta pre-plan our escape. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these people, they talk to dogs, and when you talk to a living creature so much, you will eventually start to think that it understands you. And they'll start to think that they can reason with dogs and all that. Scary stuff, man. Nothing good can come out of pretending. If you're living your life and it's based on make-believe, and you don't have to accept it. There's no, The crazy thing is, I believe dog lovers know that they are pretending. And when they invite you into their home, they want you to participate with them in pretending that it's harmless, that it won't bite your face off. Let's just pretend. Yeah, and I don't think so. Let's hope we get a much smarter world a whole lot sooner than later. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sibby Red said the idea that not liking dogs is a terrible thing needs to stop. Yes, most definitely. Because the thing is, they're aware of how unlikable dogs are. They understand how unlikable dogs are. Shout out to Luis in the house. I see everybody. Esmeralda up in here. They know that dog always, that they stink. They stink. They're annoying. Always violating people's personal space. Dog lovers know that. They just accept all of it. It's all fake when they try to send you on a guilt trip for not wanting to be around their stupid, annoying mutts. You know? And really, I believe that they all know that it's disrespectful, you know, to just lay a dog on you. Maybe invite you over or whatever. They understand that. But that's exactly why I don't like the way that they're pushing dogs through those therapy months in droves that's all across the country. In hospitals, the worst place for dogs to be. They're systematically ushering dogs into these places. I mean, places that are really sacred. A hospital, really, where people go for their last days. You bringing dogs in there in droves. Schools, hospitals, libraries, dentist offices. Really, the dentist office. You know, you start to wonder if they're just seeing how far they can go. Oh, they let us in to libraries with no objection. Oh, we might as well try a dentist office. Oh no, we can't try that. Let's try it. And that's exactly what they're doing. At a certain point, people, you just have to draw a line. And I drew the line long ago, man. Terrible stuff. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I just talked about that story. And it was actually 2 Rottweilers killed the baby. 2 Rottweilers. What on earth is going through a dog's head attacking a baby? What could be? You don't even want to know what's going through. Whatever it is, it's extremely unhuman, extremely subhuman. And that's what really turned me off about these things. Even if they've never attacked anyone, that subhumanness is in all of them. It's in all of them. And I don't respect them for it. And when I look at their hideous, unsightly face, that's all I see. Is how non-human they are. They can't love, they don't feel, or none of that stuff. Right, let me calm down. Let me get off of here. As a matter of fact, I need to. I've been fasting all day. I'm going to try to relax and get me a bite to eat. Hope y'all are doing well. Shout out to Bronze in the building. Lumpy Space, Xylitol Express, Mutants out in the house. And I hope you all join me on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.